Hey everyone, welcome back to the Weekly Fury. I'm Josh.
And I'm Sean.
And holy shit, we got a lot of sports to talk about today, including a lot of NFL playoffs. Let's start off with the Falcons and the Seahawks. That was the first game that was played. And, going into this game, I was a little bit concerned. The Seahawks, they've been so pretty dominant in the NFC. For the last
playoffs, period.
Yeah, in the last few years.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the Falcons this year. I want Matty Ice. Yeah, I know you do too. We both think that he's going to be the MVP. I was pretty nervous going into this game because of how the Seahawks play. Were you?
Yeah.
Did you have any concerns going into this game? And how did you think this game played out? Because I think it played out fucking great. I loved it.
It was it was amazing. The outcome was even better, but no, it was a great game, man. And Matt Ryan proved that he's MVP.
I know you were saying that you were like when we went to go watch the game together, and you were saying, "Man, I hope this is a close, good game." And I was like, "I don't want this to be a close game because that defense is can be very scary, even though they're kind of like has some injuries and stuff. But especially early on when Thomas Rawls, it looked like he was gonna be the good Thomas Rawls at very early in the game. And we're like, oh shit! And then they scored a touchdown. But I didn't want it to be a close game. I wanted Atlanta to blow them out and just leave it to no chance.
Well, I just my fan side came out and I just wanted a good game because the first round of playoffs was all by double digits. So it's like I wanted a close game, and it didn't really come out to be a close game. Atlanta dominated the whole time.
No, they did. They did great, man. Even when Julio Jones later on had a toe injury and kind of left the game for a while. They
looked good all the way around. They got the running game involved. They didn't run the ball the very first time they played, but this time they ran the ball, controlled the clock a little bit more, and they look good.
Falcons are
dangerous.
Fast. They're dangerous. They're fast. I mean, Freeman, Coleman, that entire offense just goes so quickly. They go fast.
Yeah.
Even without Julio, they didn't really skip a beat. They were able to just carve up that Seattle defense. But most impressively,
that's what makes them
more
most
impressive. Is the Atlanta defense. They look so fired up in this game. They were the aggressor. They were just like, man, they were fired up, and they were playing very physical.
Yeah.
They were playing very aggressive. Even when Vic Beasley left the game with a injury,
which he left in the first quarter.
Yeah, they didn't seem to really miss him because they're pretty good, and I think that's going to bode well for them going forward. But Falcons,
what's with the Falcons, I wanted to kind of mention this because their defense hasn't been good really at all at the beginning of the year, but they've been actually doing better towards the end of the year. And what they are reminding me of a little bit, even though nobody's talking about their defense, you remember this, your Colts. Same thing happened with them when they won that Super Bowl against your Bears. Their defense was shit.
Yeah, right? That whole year they were very,
and then they got on a run.
Mediocre.
They got on a run.
Yeah, and once they got to the playoffs, oh man, they were playing.
They came with energy, and that's the thing. You got to come in. You got to come to the playoffs ready to play with energy and fire, and that's what they came in with. I wanted to throw a little, similarities out there.
Yeah, that's what this Atlanta team does remind me of. It reminds me of the 2006 Colts that went on to beat the Bears in the Super Bowl. But
that was a great game too. One of the best Super Bowls.
Yeah, they're going to be something to deal with, man. With those two running backs.
Definitely.
So the next game, not too much to talk about.
There's a little bit.
Texans and Patriots. Now, the end result was basically what everybody thought. Well, most people thought it was going to be. But that first half, though, man.
Texans There's nothing else you could have asked for from that Texans defense.
They were phenomenal. They were great. Fucking Clowney and Merciless were just eating up that offensive line from the Patriots.
Which we said is their Achilles heel. Patriots' Achilles heel is what, Josh?
Yeah, their offensive line. I mean, getting to Tom Brady. You can get to Tom Brady. You can beat Tom Brady because he's not like he's not like Aaron Rodgers where he's gonna like run around and he can throw a pass like on a dime while running. Tom Brady. That's not Tom Brady's game. He's purely just a pocket passer.
Nowhere close.
So. Yeah, that Texans defense was phenomenal for as long as they were able to hold up, but eventually, of course, it wasn't enough because Tom Brady eventually was able to carve that up because that offense Texans can't stay on the field for longer. They could barely get a first down.
Brock Osweiler, he just threw 3 picks, right?
Oh, jeez,
man.
It's just a shame, because you see that defense, and you're like, if they even had a mediocre offense, they can go to the Super Bowl, but they don't even have that. And that Brock Osweiler, I don't know what they're going to do with that in the offseason, but damn, he is bad. They got
to give him another year.
It's terrible. So Patriots beat the Texans, and
simple.
They go on to the AFC Championship game once again.
Can we skip over this next topic, Josh?
No, we're not, because I'd like to see you cry. Cowboys.
It never hurts to ask. Just remember
Cowboys, that. Packers. Cowboys, Packers. What do you think, Sean? What's your thoughts on the game? You're the Cowboys fan.
Well, I have a lot to say about this game.
Yeah.
Man, that was a tough one. Now, honestly, there's nothing we could do whenever you're down 21-3 in the first half. You're pretty much done. We made a good comeback. I got to give them props for that, but at the end of the day, we lost. You can't give Aaron Rodgers, one of the hottest quarterbacks in the game, that big of a lead. Honestly, what I feel like when I watched the game, what I got from it is that I think they went into that game trying a little bit too much. The Cowboys, they went in there trying too much. They didn't stick with that identity. What we do is run the ball, keep the ball away from the other offense, keep our defense rested, and we didn't do that. Ezekiel Elliott only had 10 carries in the first half, which I don't understand why. He was averaging 6 yards a carry. 6 yards a carry. That's the whole game.
That's stupid. That's
and
terrible.
So we got away from the run game. We did a lot of play action in the first on first down. I noticed that a lot, and I was puzzled. I didn't understand it. So our defense got tired. We got destroyed by Aaron Rodgers, and they got in rhythm, and we had nothing. We couldn't do anything. Simple.
What I think it is what a lot of teams go through when they're facing Tom Brady, when they're facing Aaron Rodgers and Peyton Manning, is like I feel like the Dallas coaches got intimidated. I felt like they were intimidated going to this game. I think to me it's pretty obvious because it's not like necessarily a terrible, because like a lot of teams do this. When they're playing against Brady, Manning, or Rodgers, they go into the game thinking, I'm already down 14 points. I mean, these guys are just fucking phenomenal. They're going to fucking score on you. And I kind of felt it seemed that way. Like Jason Garrett was going to this game like he was down already 14 points, which could explain why they got away from the run so early, and they were almost trying to get into play Green Bay's game, trying to get into a shootout. And you're not going to win a shootout against Aaron Rodgers unless you're Tom Brady or maybe even Matty Ice. But in our video breaking down the divisional playoffs, I said everything points to the Cowboys win this game. They have a better defense. Their offense is, it can't be stopped with Zeke. Especially Green Bay's defense can't stop Zeke. But that factor of Aaron Rodgers, like I had that, and I think a lot of people felt like that. Like Aaron Rodgers can beat any team. It doesn't matter. Like now, the Packers aren't just one-dimensional. They're one guy. They were without Jordy Nelson this fucking game. How they still won. Holy shit. Mason Crosby was fucking phenomenal. I mean, kicking those clutch field goals at the end of the game, those 50-yarders.
I'm ready to cry. I really am. No.
But you know what? The Cowboys shouldn't have anything too much to be ashamed about. I mean, remember, back in August, going into September, when Tony Romo got hurt in the preseason, your season was already over, basically, right? Everyone had you guys done.
Honestly, I didn't think we were going to do half as good as we did.
Because you remember what happened last year when you didn't have Romo. It was just like... But Dak, holy shit, comes alive. Zeke is exactly what everybody thought he was going to be, if not more. And holy shit, you guys.
It was a great season overall. I don't want to jump into too much, but we made it to the divisional round. We led the NFC. We're the number one team. So, I look at it as a win because we took 2 rookies and we made them our focal point, and they did good. At the end of the day, we almost came back and won. We had a couple errors at the end of the game, but that was just rookie mistakes by Dak, and he made a couple errors on his part, which is rookie mistakes. Or there's so many things we can blame it on: coaching, rookies, Aaron Rodgers being just that good. There's so many things that we could say, but at the end of the day, my Cowboys are in the playoffs. They were number 1 seed, and we have a bright future. We have 2 young players, and that's pretty much it. Hats off to Packers, man. Aaron Rodgers is on fire. He could easily be the MVP of the postseason right now.
Well,
simple as that.
I'm so
simple
pissed
as
off
that.
at you guys. You guys let fucking Aaron Rodgers win the goddamn bullshit. Moving on, man. Fuck that Packers cheeseheads. Steelers and Chiefs. That was the last game of the divisional round. It was moved to Sunday Night Football. I'm
stunned.
Sean had the Chiefs winning this game. I had the Killer Bees and the Steelers winning this game. And how'd that work out?
Well, I guarantee you, okay, if I would have talked to you last week when we recorded our videos, and I had said, if Kansas City Chiefs can hold the Steelers to no touchdowns, would the Steelers be able to win? And you would have told me no. I guarantee. I put everything. I put my soul on that. Okay. Mm-hmm. You would have said no way the Steelers would be able to score no touchdowns and win the game. And guess what? They did.
But here's the thing. 389 yards they put against that Chiefs defense. And
it doesn't matter. They didn't score any touchdowns.
Yeah,
the Chiefs defense did exactly what the Texans did, but better. Okay? They held one of the best, most dynamic offenses to no touchdowns, only field goals, which is an NFL record, by the way. Mm-hmm. And with one of the worst teams at kicking field goals. Well, I want to point that out. The Steelers are horrible at kicking field goals. That's why they always go for a 2-point conversion. But yet, they make every goddamn field goal in the game. And I'm shocked right now because I'm expecting, okay, he's going to miss one of these motherfuckers. No. This guy apparently has a career year in Kansas City and the freezing cold. But that being said, the Chiefs' offense looked great the very first drive. Then they just, we're good. We proved we could score on them, and then, no, we don't give a fuck anymore. And then they didn't do shit after that.
The Steelers' defense looked, they're fast. They're pretty fast. Not as fast as Atlanta's, but they're pretty quick. And
they're not as fast as Tyreek Hill.
No, but guess what, though? But here's the fucking problem. The Kansas City's defense, it was there. It was as advertised. When you talk about bend, don't break, that's exactly what they did, and they didn't break not once. They didn't break. They didn't let the Steelers get a touchdown once, but they ran and passed all over that team. I mean, Le'Veon Bell had 170 yards.
I will say this about kind of recapping all the games this past weekend. Every single team that lost, the defenses actually did pretty good. Now, that being said, I know the Cowboys, obviously, we gave up a lot of points, right? But if you look at the second half, we actually slowed down Aaron Rodgers, right? If you look at the second half, we actually slowed him down. Okay? Obviously, Texans slowed down Tom Brady, got to him. Chiefs held Steelers to no touchdowns. Atlanta, they slowed down Russell Wilson. So I look at all the teams, all the teams out there, pretty much. Seattle. Seattle lost. I'm sorry. I'm talking about all the losing teams. Seattle's defense didn't really do much, but everybody else. So Texans, Cowboys, Chiefs, everybody that lost, besides the Seahawks, their defense did good. Yep. It's the offenses that didn't show up, and it kind of sucks.
But well, you know what? I expected that. I kind of expected that out of Kansas City, and I said that in the divisional round because I'm like, hey, you know what? Tyreek Hill, he's great. Kelsey, he can't be stopped. But who can stop them? Andy Reid. Andy Reid played way too conservative in this game, just like Bill O'Brien did. They played from the Texans. They played way too conservative. Bill O'Brien is is even worse because you have to fucking take chances. But Andy Reid, he played too conservative, I think, in this game, because if you're not going to give up any touchdowns from your defense, score 2 touchdowns. Just score 2 touchdowns. Steelers defense is not that fucking great. You have Kelsey, you got Tyreek Hill, you could at least kick field goals, at least match them with field goals, do something.
And then I want to do another similarity, Josh, and I know you're going to like this. The last time I think a team won a playoff game in the second round was your Colts when they went to the Super Bowl, right? Isn't it when Vinatieri kicked all those field goals against the Chargers?
I don't remember.
06?
Probably.
I believe so. It was the first time Peyton Manning didn't score a touchdown and won a playoff game, if I recall correctly.
Well,
Vinatieri kicked all those field goals.
Vinatieri or Vanderjack?
No, it was Vinatieri because they did not win a Super Bowl until Vinatieri. So it was Vinatieri.
So the Chiefs.
I just want to throw that out there.
The Chiefs,
but I don't think the Steelers
had a chance to. They had a chance to tie up the game.
Yeah.
But Eric Fisher, he held James Harrison on that play and cost him a 2-point conversion. I feel bad for that dude. God. I feel bad for him. Because this whole offseason he's gonna put the whole blame on himself, and that just sucks. But damn,
it's a horrible way to go out.
Came this close, just like every Andy Reid team in history. This close. Okay, but now
let's move on.
After the game, after the Steelers won the game and moving on to the AFC Championship game against the Patriots, they go into the locker room and Antonio Brown does the dumbest fucking thing. He pulls out his fucking phone and goes live on Facebook and records the locker room. He records Tomlin talking about the Patriots and he even tells all his players, keep a low profile, don't talk shit, keep a low profile. All while Antonio Brown is recording everything on Facebook Live.
Yep.
And Tomlin was fucking pissed off with Antonio Brown. He torched him in a post-conference interview and said that he was immature, he was inconsiderate, it was a violation of the Steelers' policy, it was a violation of the league's policy, and that he will be dealt with internally. What do you think about that, man? Holy shit. I can't believe this happened. Can't believe it. What was he thinking?
Well, the thing is, Josh, a lot of times, players after a big-time win like that, because you got to remember, they were underdogs, a big-time win like that. And this is a huge game for them, right? You're emotional. You want to capture the moment. Now, I don't mind him recording everything going on, but when he goes Facebook Live, that's a little bit too much, right? Because players always have cameras, like recording their locker room, like, hey, guys, we won, blah, blah. But when you go Facebook Live, that's instantly showing it out there. That's a little bit too much on my point of view. I don't mind recording. I'm a big person. I love recording, my moments in life, especially if I was a football player. I'd probably do the same. Now, Tomlin, of course, he called. Oh my God, he called out Brown like crazy. Like
he was pissed.
I can't even remember. He man, if I didn't know that, if he didn't fuck up or do anything wrong, or I didn't know what he did, I'd be like, damn, this guy just roasted this motherfucker.
He made him look stupid. He made everybody look stupid.
Yeah, I will say this though, like Tomlin he called him out on like 10 different times, and I was like, damn, like. Tomlin, I felt like he did that because he felt a little stupid because he talked a little shit about the Patriots. And but at the same time, like I understand where Tomlin's coming from. Brown should not have recorded, but at the end of the day, like people got to understand that he's a big social media guy. And he fucked up. He apologized. I don't agree with him, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. I'm really not.
I don't know how you aren't surprised. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. And, and watching ESPN and every other fucking show and hearing all the players, nobody is at all, giving any leniency towards Antonio Brown. That is a sacred place, the locker room. This has never happened. He's a 7-year vet, and he knows exactly what he was doing, and he shouldn't have done it. It's not like he wasn't he was ignorant to the rules. He knows how he's a veteran. He knows the locker room's sacred. He knows he's not supposed to do what he did, and I cannot believe he did that. And I think Tomlin was 100% correct. Antonio Brown came out and he apologized and everything.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that I don't think he did anything wrong. I'm not saying that.
But no, I know. But saying that he was he was just so excited. No, I don't think that, because he recorded for 17 minutes. 17 minutes. And so it was just a huge blunder by Antonio Brown. Probably the worst thing about it, though, is this is probably going to give fuel to the Patriots players. Hearing what they said. Like Bill Belichick, he came out and said, I don't give a shit. I don't even really know what the hell happened. And he doesn't care. He doesn't need no fuel. Not him, not Tom Brady. But the other guys, that's a good defense. That's a good offense. They're going to be fired up for that game. And that's probably what Tomlin's most pissed about. Like, you made me look stupid, and you're giving fuel for the other team. What the? I
will say this, though. I think if he would have just recorded it and not even gone Facebook Live, and he would have just saved it for his own memories, like a whole thing, nobody would be talking about it. Nobody. Mm-hmm. Nobody at all. And nobody would have gave a fuck. But it's when you go Facebook Live and share that shit with the whole world, then that went a little bit too far, because the players do that. Players, you see that all the time in the locker room after a conference championship game. They won. Everybody's recording, hugging, and recording their memories. But when you go Facebook Live, that's going a little bit too far.
Now, when he says consequences, Tomlin, what do you think that means? Just a fine, doing some push-ups? I mean, he's not going to do something stupid like fucking sitting him out for a series or two in the game, right?
No, he can't do that. He can't afford it. No, you're not going to do that.
Because that hurts the team. And he said,
this is Antonio Brown. This is the best receiver. No way.
Yeah, because he said he was going to punish Brown, not the team. So kind of insinuating we're not going to bench him or nothing like that.
Honestly, it'll probably be more like a fine. It might be internal fine. They might not announce it.
And then he'll get a league fine too. So he's gonna get.
It's just going to be a fine, I think.
I think it's only a $500,000 fine from the NFL. But yeah. But anyway, so that's that. And now this week, the Oakland Raiders had made one step closer into going to Las Vegas. They filed for relocation papers, so that's just one more step closer.
Las Vegas.
Hell yeah, exactly. Viva Las Raiders. And their plan is right now to play at least 2 more years in Oakland and then moving to Las Vegas. So what does this mean for the Oakland Raiders? What does this mean for the city, the fans, and also the city of Las Vegas? I mean, this opens up so much, unlike any other move that has happened in the NFL, because this is Las Vegas. And this is the Oakland Raiders, who have a huge, dedicated fan base. Not that San Diego didn't.
That's what's bad.
Rams did. Yeah. Didn't. They had good fan bases, but not like Oakland's level. I mean, they are one of the best.
That's honestly the worst part about it is as a fan, I would hate for my Cowboys to leave, right? And Cowboys are pretty much one of the top fan bases, just like the Steelers, just like, the Bears. Yeah. I'd put probably Oakland up there. Oakland's got very loyal fans. They're sold out every year, even when they have shitty teams.
Yes.
And so what sucks the most, though, is that they finally have a good team that's young. Yep. And they at least they have a little bit longer with them, right? But it's you won't get to see these guys fully mature, really, And that sucks. That's the worst part about it. It's not like these guys, Raiders have been shitty and shitty and shitty and shitty and finally they're leaving. No, they're actually been getting better and better and better. That's what sucks the worst, honestly.
Absolutely. And
But Vegas. I will say this. I feel like this is a move because of Mark Davis, not really the Raiders, period. I think Mark Davis, which is the owner of the team, took over for his father, Al Davis. Mm-hmm. I think this is his way to put a stamp on the team. Because let's get real here. Al Davis did a lot for the NFL. Period.
Oh, he was crucial.
Huge, big time owner. Made a big difference, and he's very influential in a lot of things.
Without doubt.
And Mark Davis, when he took over the team after Al Davis passed away, this is still Al Davis's team. People even talk about that. So maybe this is his way to putting a stamp and saying, this is my team now. And he's trying to get out of his father's shadow. Not like it's a bad thing, but any businessman or a person itself always wants to form their own little shadow, I guess you could say. So I understand what he's doing. Plus, it's a huge market, and they're building a nice-ass fucking stadium. I'm not sure if you saw the plans for it, but wow.
I wouldn't say a huge market. It's an untapped market because Las Vegas doesn't have any professional teams or anything like that, so we can't really have it's a big tourist attraction. So as far as like the sports world, it's completely untapped, and there's so much potential there.
Yeah.
Now, so that's gonna be huge, and now, and I don't. So I feel sorry, like you're saying, feel greatly sad for the fans. That sucks. But I don't feel sad for the city. The city had so many years to get their shit together and get them out of that horrible crap stadium. That's not even a football stadium. It's a fucking baseball stadium. They had so many years to put something together and get them a new stadium, and they never did. They couldn't really do anything. So you know what? That's on the city. And you know what? Also, it's great for it's the best move for the franchise itself. It's money, man. It's a business. And right now, the Raiders are the 20th most valuable NFL franchise. They're valued at $2.1 billion. That's about to skyrocket. Once they move to Las Vegas, an untapped sports market, they could easily, within like 5 to 10 years, move into the top 10. Because money,
they could be pushing it for like right up there, top 5. I put it.
All that money that's in Las Vegas, it's a huge tourist trap. People go there constantly, and I mean, think about it like this. I mean, they're gonna cater to high rollers. There's so much potential they can do. Gamblers, it's legal there. And Las Vegas will be the only place where you can go and legally bet on a team, on an NFL team, and then go watch them play live.
Yep,
that's huge.
Which is interesting to see how the NFL likes that, because that's huge.
Yeah, that's
really bad. That's really big. I love it though, because it's me and you. We're trying to go to all these games, and the one I was a little scared about was Oakland, because Oakland's, let's get real here, it's not really that safe. And
when it's in Vegas,
I'm okay with that.
we go. I mean, there can be people from all over the country buying fucking Raiders season tickets. I wouldn't be surprised if like 1/3 of Raiders season tickets in Las Vegas are gonna be from people outside of Las Vegas, people living from other states, because they go there so frequently, and I don't doubt that for a second.
There's people that fly out there every weekend, so
it's gonna be so interesting to see when the Raiders finally move to Vegas. It's an untapped potential there, so. It's going to be exciting to see after the next couple years.
I'm pumped.
Now, also staying with new territory, Kyle Shanahan, the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, has agreed he's going to accept the 49ers job, their head coaching position, once the season is over. What do you make of that?
Oh, I'm shocked. Me and you talked about this not too long ago, that I thought he wasn't going to accept it. I said to myself, like, there's no way. The 49ers job sucks. Who would want to go there? But, hey, maybe he wants to go to something like that so he can put a stamp on it. This is what he turns it all the way around. It's all on him.
This is what every rookie head coach wants, right? They want to turn something around. They want to make something theirs, a legacy of their own.
Exactly. So I think he'll be honestly, I really like him. I think he'll be a great head coach. He's done phenomenal things with Matt Ryan and that offense. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, 49ers are smart. They did something smart for once.
And they got to keep being smart. That's the key. They have to realize that Kyle Shanahan is a good coach, and he's going to make good things happen. You have to give him time. You are not going to be a contender in 1, 2, or maybe even 3 years. This is going to be like a 5-year project, a 5-year plan, similar to Hugh Jackson over there in Cleveland. Give him time. And you know what? And he's got a lot to work with to build with in San Francisco because here's what he doesn't have to deal with. He doesn't have to deal with any bad contracts. He's got a ton of cap space for the 49ers, so he can go pluck guys from other places, and he's got the number 2 overall pick in this upcoming draft. He can go get his quarterback if he feels like there's one there, like Deshaun Watson or something, or maybe he feels like, you know what, well, I don't think there's any like true legit quarterback here or my kind of guy. So I'm gonna wait, and we're rebuilding, right? So they're gonna have they're gonna be in that top 5 picks here in the next 2-3 years probably. So he can probably wait on a quarterback, but or maybe even go sign somebody else.
There's a quarterback I think coming up that's probably gonna be cut.
Who's that? Who could you be talking about?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of his name right now.
Rhymes with Cousins.
I was thinking Cousins, but I was actually more thinking Romo. But
Romo. Who? No, Romo wouldn't do that. No way. Jerry Jones won't let him do that. Because Jerry Jones, he wants to put him in a contender. He wants to have.
He's not going to get traded though, Josh. He still has like a huge amount of his contract.
I know he does. That's going to be interesting to see what happens, but no way he's going to go to 49ers. That's fucked up. Because they're not going to win anything. No,
think about it, though. Denver, supposedly, I said Denver, but supposedly Denver doesn't want to go after a veteran quarterback.
No, they don't, and they don't want the money. They won't take on that contract, and neither does Houston, really, because they already have a bad contract.
So the only couple options are the 49ers and the Jets. But who would really – like, the Jets sound good and all, but – look how shitty they looked this past year. And wouldn't you want to go to a coach that is an offensive guru?
I think I don't know. I think probably just I don't know. But Kyle Shanahan,
we'll see.
Kyle Shanahan, he's got a lot to work with. He's got a lot of room to put his hands everywhere. A lot of cap space and everything. So we'll see how Kyle Shanahan works out. I think it's a good move. It's a smart move. Just hope the franchise sticks with him and gives him time. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So, moving on to the NBA.
Oh, this is a good topic right here.
One of my disliked athletes in all of sports, Carmelo Anthony.
Yep.
His whole time with the New York Knicks has been an absolute fucking disaster. It's an embarrassment. He took the money. Horrible. He wasn't interested in winning a championship, but he keeps saying that he is. It's so bad that even Phil Jackson had to sit him down earlier this week and ask him point blank to his face, do you even want to be here? Do you want to be a Knick? Because Carmelo Anthony has a no-trade clause in his contract. So it's the cards are on his table. Like, it's his. Everything is on, it's his decision.
Yep.
So what do you make of Carmelo Anthony? Should he stay? Should he go? Does he want to or no? Fuck that guy.
I don't know what he wants to do, honestly.
I don't know. He's such a fucking asshole.
He's like whenever he took the money and he didn't go to Chicago, when easily if he would have gone to Chicago with D Rose back then, they would have been in the NBA Finals like 3 years in a row.
Probably.
But he was stupid. He stuck with the money and it didn't pay off. And the funny thing is they actually have a pretty decent team this year.
Well, talent, but
talented wise. And honestly, I've never been a big fan of Carmelo. He could put up points, but he doesn't play defense. He doesn't listen to the coaches half the time.
No, even Phil Jackson called him out on it. He said when with the offense that they're trying to run, when Melo is involved, he messes it up. He called him out on that shit
because he tries to do his own thing, and I don't like it. He should be traded, but he's got the no trade clause. So I have a feeling unless he gives them permission, I feel like Phil Jackson's going to cut him. But at the end of the day, though, I'm not sure. Because Phil Jackson, if I heard correctly, might be leaving the Knicks after this season.
I think that whole team, once again, for like
I don't know what's going to happen.
For the umpteenth time in the past 15 years or so, this team needs to be blown up again. Get rid of Melo. Get rid of Derrick Rose and whatever the hell he's doing now. Yeah. And get rid of Phil Jackson. It's all been a disaster. Knicks, you're probably the worst franchise in the NBA because you have so much money. You have such a huge market, and you make these stupid decisions. You guys
I won't put them behind the 76ers because the 76ers have like the number one pick almost every year, and they draft the same type of player. So I would put the 76ers a little bit behind.
No, they're dumb. But the Knicks have a huge market. They got all this money. They can do whatever the hell they want. And they purposely fuck themselves in the ass every year. And I feel bad for Knicks fans. Oh, wait, no, I don't, because fuck Knicks fans. Bulls won all those titles. As you see, they won all them championships in the 90s. Fuck you guys.
Lord.
Fuck the Knicks.
How do I know you'd bring up the goddamn Bulls? I should have known.
Exactly.
Let's move on.
The Knicks fans think about it. They think about it all the time. And
Let's move on.
So, staying with the NBA, Cavs and Warriors. So, they played earlier this week, right? And the Warriors destroyed them. They absolutely destroyed the Cavs.
Yep.
But during the game, Draymond Green puts his shoulder into LeBron James's
one of the
chest,
dirtiest
face,
fucking players.
Just, and gets a flagrant call on him. LeBron James falls to the ground like he always does and acts like he's about to die. And, so it's heated. Every time these teams play, it's heated, especially with Draymond Green and LeBron James. They've been down this road before. Remember last year, Draymond Green, flagrant foul on LeBron James. It got suspended for Game 5. So, now, in the post-game, in regards to that foul, LeBron James says, I'm okay. I'm a football player. Which I thought was weird. I didn't know what the hell that means. He's one of the biggest fucking sissies in the NBA. He's such a huge guy, and every time he gets touched, he just, whoa, even if he doesn't get touched. But even more weird, he was also asked, about the rivalry between the two teams. And LeBron James says, what rivalry? We don't have a rivalry. I don't think there's a rivalry here between us. And I don't think I've ever had a rivalry. Forget Boston and all that. What the fuck do you make of that shit? Like, Draymond Green disagrees with that. He thinks there is a rivalry. But what do you think, Sean? Do you think there's a rivalry between these two teams or no?
I think so.
Yeah, no shit.
I would have to say I think so. I think LeBron's just acting a little bit too arrogant, like he's above everything. Like, oh no, I don't have any competition. That's what it sounded like.
He does. He's
not like a rivalry, but I felt like he came off as like, no, I don't have any competition out here. Nobody's on my level. That's what it came off to me.
Yeah.
But it's about the teams. And that's a big reason why I fucking hate LeBron. He puts on a good show at moments and times where he'll act like he's a humble guy. But if you watch more than half of his interviews and the way he answers questions, he's an arrogant piece of shit. Okay?
Oh, fuck yeah, he is.
He's been worshipped since he was in high school, even younger than that. And it's been nonstop. So he's a great player, one of the best athletes we have seen in this game. But to say you're a football player, that's taking a jab at the NFL players. These NFL players put in so much goddamn work to be NFL players. Mm-hmm. And you're going to say, oh, I'm a football player. But yet you haven't put any time in to become a football player. And that's just saying like anybody can go over there and do that shit. All because I'm athletic. No.
And he can't even be grazed by a pinky without going, whoa, and flying into the third row of the stands and shit.
Look, he's athletic, Josh. If he put in his work, maybe he could be a football player. He's athletic. He's got the size for it. But
could he take the hits?
He has not put in the work for it. Exactly. He hasn't put in the practice or work. These NFL players, you see guys that are athletic and go on the football field and just are horrible, right? All because you're an athlete doesn't mean you can play football. It's just the same way for basketball. You can't be an athlete and be good at basketball.
You're not a rivalry, LeBron?
Disrespect to the game of football.
You're not a rivalry, LeBron? Are you fucking serious?
He's a fucking idiot.
You guys have played in back-to-back NBA Finals. The first time, the Warriors win. The second time, you guys win. You win your first title against the Warriors. In that first time, you guys were without Kyrie Irving. You were without Kevin Love. And you guys still made a pretty decent series, and then you guys had a huge battle. You came back from a deficit to winning Game 7. It's been a great back-to-back NBA Finals, and you guys are destined for a third straight NBA Finals against each other. I don't really see anybody else in it, even the Spurs or Houston. It's gonna be Cavs and Warriors. And then the heat between the players, Draymond Green and LeBron James and all the other guys, and then the competition of it. Like Kyrie Irving against Steph Curry.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on, are you fucking serious? Of course you're a rivalry. You're the best rivalry going on in basketball right now.
Piece of shit.
So fuck that guy. And
now I do want to say this. I want to touch on this. Draymond Green is one of the dirtiest players out there, and he fucking even though I don't like LeBron, you don't fucking do what he did.
Yeah, no. Don't you think that fucking NBA should do something about this motherfucker? I mean,
they should have done something a long time ago. He should be suspended.
In the post game, he was like, "Oh, it's all fun, whatever." He don't give a shit. He's oblivious to how he plays and how dirty he is.
He's trying to hurt people.
He's like Grayson Allen in college. They gotta make a huge example of this guy. Do it like they did with Ron Artest back in the day, and fucking suspend him for like almost the entire year.
Seriously, they need to do something. Draymond Green, he's a piece of shit, and he's a big pussy himself. Sorry, I mean, but he is.
Yeah.
If it happens to him, he acts like a baby.
Yep.
You know, but when he does it, it's like, it's
and I
just
hate
for
his
fun.
fucking face. So, all right, well, that does it, and those are our topics for the week, and that's what we thought was relevant to us. Well, let us know what you guys think about any of those topics, and put your 2 cents down in the comments below. I really like to know what you guys think. Sean would as well. Moving on to call out, shout out. Who you calling out this week, Sean?
My call out.
Who deserves to be called the fuck out?
Well, these people have already been called out, but I wanted to just say it for my own sake.
Uh-huh.
I was about to say San Diego, but I'm sorry. LA Chargers, the organization, just got bullied. That's the best word, bullied, into changing their logo. Apparently, they decided, we're too lazy to go get a logo made, so we're just going to make a slight change to the LA Dodgers logo.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the internet, no mercy, blasted them about it. So many memes. I tagged you in it, Josh, right? Or I shared it on Facebook, I think.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it.
I was in shock. I started laughing. I didn't know what to say. And they got bullied, and they said they will never use that logo again. But also kind of talking about LA in a sense, not just the Chargers, but LA in general. So y'all just got a new team. Y'all been bitching about getting a football team back in LA. Yes, y'all got the Rams last year. Right. But now y'all get the Chargers, who are a better team than the Rams.
Right.
And yet they show the LA Chargers logo at the game in LA, along with one of the LA Chargers players, and y'all booed them. That's kind of fucked up.
Oh,
I figured this is an upgrade.
Yeah. When I saw that and I heard about that, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Weren't they just bitching about not having a football team? We want another football team. We can support 2 of them. Bring 2 people, and then you get mad at who comes. Come on, you can't expect a good team to be wanting to move.
Yeah,
you gotta expect it's gonna probably be a bad team that's rebuilding, unless they're the Raiders, and. Those are the only 2 teams that were in the lookout to move. Were the Chargers and the Rams for the past 4 or 5 years. So I think it's stupid. I call out the Chargers and LA. Period. It's going to be interesting how that season, how it all starts with that whole franchise there. It's awesome.
Wow.
I don't know what else to say.
Here's who I'm calling out.
Who are you
I'm calling out Michael Bennett and Travis Kelce for being too. I'm a huge fan of Travis Kelce, but these 2 guys are whiny little bitches and acting like fucking children after the goddamn games. After they got their asses whooped, Michael Bennett basically fucking gets into the goddamn face of a reporter and starts cussing him out and shit. Well, but we already know he's an asshole, right? But I'm surprised about Travis Kelce. Like, Travis Kelce comes out and he was like, I understand. He's upset that, that offensive holding got called on a 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. And I understand that, right? He's emotional. He's pissed about that. But you know what? He did hold him. And the call got made. He held him. And then but when he comes out and he says that guy should never be a ref again, he says to the media that he should never wear a zebra jersey ever again, and not even at a Foot Locker. He should not even work at a Foot Locker because, they wear the zebras. And I'm like, are you serious? Wow.
That was actually pretty clever.
What a fucking butthurt little asshole.
Yeah.
But I understand. He's all mad and everything.
You know what's funny about that?
Yes. He's that referee will be refereeing the Super Bowl 51 in Houston, and that's hilarious.
That's like the NFL saying, fuck you, Travis Kelce.
Like Travis Kelce.
That's what the NFL just did.
So I'm calling you out, Travis Kelce, because that was messed up to say a guy should never work again because he made a right call that I understand you're upset about. But come on, dude. That's a little bit too much. But again, huge fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm kind of glad he's, he doesn't hold anything back. But I got to call him out for that. Now, shouting out, Sean. Who are you shouting out this week?
My shout out is going to be this guy. His name is Joshua Quiros.
Me?
Yeah, it's going to be you.
Shout out me?
Yeah, I'm going to make a shout out to you. I got to give you a shout out because you bought me a new mic. And everybody at home, early birthday present. I had no idea, Josh. Thank you. I want to put that on here. I posted on Facebook, but I don't think our viewers are on my Facebook, so I just want to give you a shout out, man. I'm still in kind of a shock that I got a new mic. It's great. Here, I think I have a box somewhere. I'm not gonna show everybody the mic on camera, but oh yeah,
pretty slick.
That's what y'all are listening to me on. So. I'll put the box back away. So I want to give you a shout out, Josh. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
I gotta get you something now.
No, you don't.
Good. I wasn't going to.
Nice. Now my shout out this week.
Who's your shout out, Josh?
Oh man, I was so happy and very shocked to hear about the news that on Monday Night Raw, WWE, they announced that Kurt Angle will be coming back to the WWE, and he will be inducted into the 2017 Hall of Fame. And I was so happy. He left the WWE years ago, and he's been wrestling in these smaller promotions and stuff, most notably TNA, and he never belonged there. He belongs on the big show. And Kurt Angle, he's great for the sports world, even if you're not really into professional wrestling. Kurt Angle most famously won the gold medal for America against the Russians, who were the best they had the best wrestler at the time in the Olympics here in America, in Atlanta, in '96. And young Kurt Angle, went in there, huge underdog, with a broken neck, and beat the top wrestler in the world, the Russian, and won us the gold medal. And he uses he uses that as a huge storyline throughout his career in professional wrestling. But he's going to the Hall of Fame in 2017, and it's so awesome. I will be watching that. Kurt Angle, you are the shit. You're one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. That was awesome.
That was great.
So, moving on to what to watch this coming up week. Sean, what can you let the viewers know on what's good to watch?
There's a lot. So,
I'm
finally,
curious.
which a lot of people probably are happy. Shows are coming back. TV shows.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Thank goodness. The Walking Dead apparently just said, "Fuck everybody, we're gonna wait a little bit longer." But everything else come back. I'm a big watcher of Arrow, Flash, Supernatural. I know me and you both are into that, Josh. That's coming back, and a couple other shows. I like Lucifer and Gotham. Both of those are picking back up. I think they're already on Hulu, so I'm going to watch that probably tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
But just all these TV shows coming back. I'm so happy. I have something to do in my life now.
Oh, okay.
I'm pumped. What about you, Josh? What's going on with you?
Oh, man, I got a lot. You ready for this?
No, not really.
All right, so Friday, everyone needs to watch the Warriors and Rockets on Friday. That's going to be a really good game. James Harden and going up against the Golden State Warriors. So let's see how he handles that, see how they handle him. So that's going to be a good game on Friday. Also, a show that just premiered earlier this week that I recommend for everybody to watch. Idris Elba, the actor, you probably know him from movies like Pacific Rim, and The Office.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I used to watch him in The Office. He was like the asshole boss. Great actor. He's in a whole bunch of movies. He's awesome. He started a new documentary series called The Fighter. Oh, it's just called Fighter. And what it's about is he is like learning how to become a boxer. So he's starting at the very beginning, right? And even at his old age, right? He's a pretty older guy. And he's training to become a boxer and eventually fight as an actual boxer. So and so this documentary series is following him as he's taking the journey and steps, because boxing is not at all easy. It's very hard work, and so it's pretty interesting to see this actor at his age trying to become a boxer and taking us along on that journey. So I highly recommend you guys check that out. It's awesome. And also movies. Go watch Hidden Figures. Me and Sean saw that last week. That was a great movie. I highly recommend that movie to everyone. And
it's going to be one of the best of the year.
And coming out this Friday is a movie called Founder, which is about how the McDonald's got founded. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but this is going to be a great movie, and I highly recommend that for everybody. It's starring Michael Keaton. And also, if you're interested, if you're into that kind of thing, the inauguration of Donald Trump is Friday. He's going to become the president, so whatever. That's all what to look out for this coming up week. John, last words. Is there anything we missed that happened in the sports world this week, or anything in particular that you want to give a mention to?
I do. There is actually something that happened, I believe, today.
Yeah.
Kind of close to home with the Texas Rangers. Ivan Rodriguez, Pudge, is in the Hall of Fame. One of the best catchers of all time.
Yeah.
I feel bad that he had to play for the Rangers when they weren't really that great. But, he was one of the best. Nobody could steal on him. He had one of the best pickoff throws.
Yeah.
For a catcher-wise. In the game. They still talk about it to this day that nobody could do it. Like, I don't know why, but this guy was a monster. And he was the first ballot. It was the first time he was on the Hall of Fame opportunity, and he made it, and which is rare.
Yeah.
So I got to give a shout-out to him. Pudge was one of my favorite. Him and Rafael Palmeiro were my favorites growing up. And I just got to give him a shout-out, man. Childhood hero right there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Sweet.
Yeah.
I want to give a mention to the UConn women's basketball team. They are 16-0, and they just broke a record-setting consecutive win streak at 92 wins. Woo! I don't watch women's basketball, but you don't have to appreciate that. 92 consecutive wins. That is dynasty in its truest form. What a great organization. This is one of the best.
They have one of the best coaches.
Yes.
One of the best.
Huge shout out and mention to UConn women's basketball team. 92nd consecutive wins. That is awesome. Yep. And that does it for this week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Yep.
Please let us know any opinions you guys have about anything that we talked about in the comments below. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this with your friends. Go share this to other people. Let them know about the Weekly Fury on the Sports Fury channel. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.